Science, technology, engineering, and math are pillars here at Christian Academy. Their STEM is unlike anything I've seen before, truly something state-of-the-art in this state. I'm here with Jolanda Bradford. You're the 7th grade science teacher, and you have some stellar students. So tell me a little bit about how engineering has continued to grow through middle school and why it's so crucial to learn these skills at such a young age.
Well, I think one of the biggest problems in teaching is being able to help kids solve real problems instead of just story problems. And middle school is a tough age, so we pioneered a program that's unlike anything here in the United States, and they get to solve real problems and get real life experience. So in the 3 years we've pioneered this program, our first year we had students that built a wheelchair for a cancer patient because they couldn't afford a accessible ramp to their house. So we needed a wheelchair that would go up steps. That was our problem to solve. And that team was able to build this wheelchair that will actually go up steps and then deliver it to a family here in Louisville to be able to give back. We had another team, the problem to solve was drunk driving, which hit home for a lot of these students, and it's something that they're passionate about.
Absolutely.
They created some sensors on the steering wheel that when the driver puts their hand on the steering wheel to drive, it actually is linked to the Bluetooth in their phone. So if the sensors automatically detect impairment from checking the vital signs of that driver, the phone is then coded to ask them questions. If they can't ask the questions, they set up the app that they created to actually call Uber to get them a driver so they don't drive impaired.
Wow.
This year, our projects were on the micro level. So they built cells, and in building the cells, we're looking at genetic mutations in a cell. A number of our teachers here are dealing with cancer, families with cancer, students with cancer. And so what we're looking at is trying to understand what are the processes that go wrong in a cell that create these problems and these genetic mutations. And these kids have been able to build these cells, and then they have to bring to life the processes inside the cell to see, okay, that's where it goes wrong. It's going wrong in that codon sequence. It's going wrong in the ribosome right here. It's going wrong because there's an actual sequence wrong in the DNA, the topoisomerase, whatever it may be, the DNA polymerase. And when they understand that and they understand the coding, it's getting us closer to being able to solve these problems. One of the most rewarding things about being a teacher is you get to create all the other jobs that are out there. But working with students that are so passionate about solving problems, I think that's what we love best about the Engineering the Future program. They don't have to wait. They can make a difference right now. And if they can do this right now as 12-year-olds, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Like, you know, our high school program here is amazing, and there's just so much more that we're seeing them get to do and go make a difference in their community. And that service is what it's all about for us here.
Of course, we had to talk to some of the stellar STEM students. I have Sophia, Jackson, and Ethan. And so, Sophia, what's really cool about you is you're actually teaching some of these younger kids. So tell me a little bit about that experience.
So it was really cool, especially since those younger kids were really interested and they would be looking at the rocket and asking all kinds of questions about it. So it was definitely a cool experience, and you could tell they were definitely getting excited about it, which would be good because there's STEM in middle school and high school. So it really led them to get that.
Yeah, and so what made you want to get involved with this? Because I mean, it's a lot of responsibility to teach these younger kids. So why did you want to jump on and do this?
I've always been interested in STEM from a young age, and I kind of wanted to put that in younger kids too, with the next generation of people.
Yeah, and so speaking of rockets, Ethan, you're really involved with rocketry too, and you've got some national recognition because of this. So why did you want to get involved with that?
I started building rockets on my own back summer of my sophomore year, and so it kind of just spiraled into looking for competitions, and then finding some friends and making a team. I've enjoyed it a lot personally, so that's kind of how I got into it.
What's one of your favorite memories, or what's something that was just really cool about being a part of the club?
Our second year, getting to the competition, feeling really confident, and then at the very end, they announced we win. That was probably the best feeling ever. Just all that work going into it for an entire year, and then seeing it pay off was pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so key about STEM is you're constantly learning, evolving, growing. And tell me about this machine behind us, because you're doing a lot of really cool things on this.
Yeah, so this machine is a CNC milling machine. It is a machine that instead of adding certain things to make a product, like a 3D printer like we have right behind us, it cuts into wood, metal, and other things to create products in a much shorter amount of time.
That's really cool. And so this is something that you could apply in the real world, whether, I'm assuming all of you are going to go to college after this, but how do those skills just apply to everyday life or even to career someday?
Well, for me specifically, this has really helped me with my ability to adapt and learn through many failed products and many different test runs. I had to learn how to problem solve with what I knew to get to where I want to be.
Absolutely, and this is something that you're doing each and every day. You're pretty much the future, so this is so cool that you're already getting this experience in high school. So thank you so much for getting pulled out of class and take the time to talk about this, because this is really cool, so thank you. So to learn more about the STEM program here at Cal, just go to caschools.us.